Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Conversation with Stevie. This is Stevie Aisha Mills, and I am absolutely excited to bring you another person who you all know. I call it Factor Rockers. So it Factor Rockers means that you are living out your God-given gifts to the fullest. And this gentleman he is the founder and executive director of the Atlanta African American Book Festival. Get excited that Farai, I'm excited. I am so excited about this, I cannot even talk. So Farai Caldwell, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. I'm excited for a lot of reasons that you're here. First off, I'm excited because I'm an author, right? And so Atlanta African American Book Festival is amazing. I think that is great. I think that you are awesome. When I saw your work and heard about this festival, I was like, okay, we have got to talk to you today. So tell me about who you are and, have you always been this person who's in love with books, or did you grow into that?
Okay. Well, my name is Farai Caldwell. I am the founder and executive director of the Atlanta African American Book Festival. Initially, my journey in literature started out with me being a writer. So before the festival, I independently published a few works. I guess the most notable of those would be Mommy and Daddy Met at Zula. It's a book that I wrote for my alma mater, Xavier University. Shout out to Xavier of Louisiana. And I don't know. I guess on that journey, I kind of found it difficult to promote my books and promote my work coming from an indie standpoint, simply because a lot of times I don't have as much marketing backing as the traditionally published authors. And I wanted to kind of create a way for indie authors to have a platform, not only just indie authors, but specifically Black indie authors, to have a platform to share their messages, to share their voices, and also to, kind of make some money with their books.
Awesome. Yes. Marketing can be costly. Definitely understand that.
Right. So marketing can be costly, and it can also get expensive to go out to some of these festivals. There are some festivals where exhibitor space is costing about $700, but I think that our spaces are priced equitably, and I think they're priced fairly, so that people who are writing from the community, who may not be a superstar writer selling 1 million copies, they still have an opportunity to get in because we priced it at a point to where everybody could benefit.
Awesome. I love it. And so as we begin to really talk about this, because as an author I get it, and I think that is amazing that you saw a need in the marketplace and just created some greatness out of it. I think that is dynamic. That is how you work as an entrepreneur, people. You find a need and you fill it. That's all we do all day. And so feeling the need of seeing this, tell us about the festival.
Well, the festival is going to be at Georgia State University on July 14, 2018. That's on a Saturday. It's going to run from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to have not only book vendors, but we're also going to have merchandise and product vendors. We will have a workshop series that'll be going on during the festival where authors who are participating in the festival and who aren't participating, they come and they kind of teach the community and share some of their knowledge about books, the publishing process, or whatever their niche is. They come and share it with the community. We also will have a series of panels going on so that people from the community, once again, can come and kind of engage in sort of some much-needed discussions that need to be had during this time. So really the festival is a space where you can come and meet your favorite author, but it's also a space where you could, like I said, you could dance because we're going to have a DJ. and you also can learn something. And that's the most important part to me, because when I started the festival, you know, I wanted it to be a place where authors could sell their books, but more importantly, I wanted it to be a place where people from our community could come and it could, you know, kind of be a center for enrichment, intellectual enrichment and stimulation.
Awesome. And so, guess what, y'all? I'm going to be a speaker at this festival. Yay.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. I love it. I appreciate the opportunity because I do love educating people. That's part of my life mission. My life mission is to empower, inspire, educate, and motivate. So that is what I look forward to doing. And I love to dance. So anybody who knows me, you might on the dance floor, kind of make a dance floor wherever I am. So it's going to be fun. I think that fun is a key part of anything that you do. I always say that fun is not just a niche, it's a necessity. And so in that, I think that it's important, and I think that, you know, really placing a light on literary work and placing a light on authors who may not be seen in other venues really is impressive. And I think that just doing this work and being an author and understanding, you know, the journey that comes out, because a lot of times we have authors who have become a great friend of mine, Taria Evans, she says garage qualified. And that is so true, because you have so many boxes of books just resting in your garage. But this is going to be about how to get them out of the garage and get them sold, and really how to create a platform from it, I think, and really how to utilize marketing channels. I am a publicist. I'm a PR coach. So really for me, it's like utilizing the powers of earned media versus paid media, and that has been something that's been a game changer in the this path that I have had with being an author. And so what has been your biggest success from being an author? What have you learned the most?
My biggest lesson from being an author?
Yes.
I would say mostly persistence and perseverance, simply because a lot of times, during my process, like I would finish the manuscript, and then I'll send it off to my editor, and then I'll get it back, and it'll be all cut up. And I think I sent one of my projects, Black Lives Matter, collection of short stories, which is not published right now. But I edited that like about 3 times or so. So it's just being patient and not putting stuff out there so fast. Well, before my latest titles, I was publishing ebooks a while ago, maybe like 5 years ago. So I started off with I tend to go off topic, I'm sorry. But I started off with a blog, and after that I was publishing ebooks maybe about 5 years ago or so. And I think with those books, I just put them out there. And I didn't have the patience that I needed to create something of real substance. And I'm actually still working on that patience. So yeah, the most that I learned is, to persevere and to be patient. Yeah.
I think we all are working on patience. I think we are. I know I am. That is something that, me and God have to talk about every day, because I am like, patience is something that like, okay. And I think that you do have to have some sort of patience as an author, but you also have to have some sort of not patience, because, for lack of a better word, impatience is the right word. But you have to have that so that you can hurry the project along, right? Because there are some people who will be in the mode of patience or paralysis analysis for analysis paralysis for like forever, right? But if you have some sort of impatience, then you're going to keep it going. You're like, I can't wait to get this book out. So
that's true.
Author, a speaker, or someone who is an entrepreneur, then having both of those worlds coming in and understanding the purpose of each of them I think works best, because a lot of times we'll look, I know I have looked at equality and like, dang, I wish I was more, whatever it was. And really realizing that whatever we have inside of us is exactly what we need and to help somebody. So patience is something, but, you know, they say be careful what you wish for. So I don't know how much patience I want, but it is true.
Okay.
It is definitely
true. I understand you. Yeah.
The festival, I think, is going to be a day of just understanding, you know, people's work. And at the end of the day, I think that books are truly legacy builders. When you have a book, no matter what happens inside of your life, like we all don't know the day that we're going to travel on, you know, and not be here anymore. And I think that our books will stand the test of time, and I think that's amazing because people don't really think about that. I know I didn't think I would be an author. That was not something that was on my list exactly, but I do appreciate the fact of being an author, and I do know that now it's funny because most of my friends are authors.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, right. So I want to know, like, what is the most, like, successful thing? You're like, okay, I have created this success in my life. What was that thing that you created and you're, like, the most proud of?
The thing I'm most proud of, I would have to say this festival so far. Well, you mean book or just anything that I've created?
Just whatever you want to answer.
Okay. So far, I think the festival, simply because with my books I can help people, but I feel like the result with the festival is more tangible, simply because I can help assist or put people in a place where they can make revenue from their books. They also can gain a wider audience. They can also, you know, speak with people who are already reading their books. And for me, I think that even judging from the response that I'm getting from it, I think it's going to do a lot of amazing things for people, and I think a lot of people will be blessed because of it. So that's why it is, you know, my favorite project or the biggest thing to me so far.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, like you're saying, as far as tangibility, it is truly, you can see like, oh, wow, this happened. And you can even see at the festival, you know, people's faces, like that aha moment going off, that light bulb going off that people have, because I'm sure that somebody is going to say something transformational that day that will be easy to implement for the person who's like on the other side of being an author, because it is something that a lot of people want to do, but for some reason they don't have the courage or confidence or whatever they feel like they lack. They don't have that to say, hey, I'm going to write this book. And why do you think most people have not written the book that's inside of them yet?
I don't know. I kind of look at life as an unfolding. So it may not be a specific reason as to why they haven't, but maybe I just think that in their process, or, you know, wherever they're at in their life journey, it may just not be the time. And I think that when it's the right time for them to write the book, then they'll write the book. And if it's, you know, not in this lifetime, maybe next lifetime, and so on and so forth. But I don't. Because I think the things that are meant for us are meant for us. And if we are meant to do it while we're living here, then that's what we're going to do. So if they aren't writing a book now, maybe they'll write one down the road. And if they don't write it in this lifetime, maybe they'll write it in the next lifetime.
That's powerful. I've never heard anybody say that. And so that's true. You know, and it takes a lot of pressure off of people. Many times we have just these things that we feel like we have to accomplish in life. And the cool thing about what you just said is about enjoying the journey, right? And so when you enjoy the journey, then you take the pressure. Like for me, one of the quotes that I had to really learn and understand, because I am truly I won't say overachiever. I'm a high achiever.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes. I love, I feel like you are too, I'm sure, because this is a big undertaking that you've undertaken. But I think that you're welcome. When you go into this process, I came up with this quote, or God came up with it. God has written my biography. All I have to do is continually turn the pages. And when I heard that, and it stuck, and I was like, there's nothing, like the book has already been written, the book of my life, from the table of contents all the way to the last sentence has been written. And so all I have to do is continually turn the pages. There's nothing that's going to happen in life that God doesn't know about. So that just took a whole lot of pressure off of me, because I was always trying to figure it out. Like, figure it out. And I'm like, okay. When that dropped, my whole life changed. I don't have to figure anything out. I just have to allow myself to be open and continually be in movement and turn those pages. And that just, I was like, okay, thank you. Thank you, God, for that, because that just helped me. And I think it goes back to what you were just saying about, whenever it's supposed to happen, it shall. And I think that is amazing, because so many people, again, get stuck in that analysis paralysis because they are trying to figure it out. And that's not always easy when you are overachiever, high achiever, go-getter, whatever label people want to have on themselves. That does not like translate into let's just have this lackadaisical thing. But I think that
definitely not lackadaisical.
No, that's what I'm saying. For people who, not that you're saying that, but for people who are of that mindset of okay, let's do this. Anything that's beyond let's do this is seen as lackadaisical. Does that make sense? Like anything that is. So, what do you think about that?
Can you clarify the question?
As far as the go-getterness and what you said about, just whatever's supposed to happen, what would you say to somebody who is driven and high-achieving like we are? What would you say to them for them to understand the message of what you said about if it's supposed to happen in this lifetime, it will. Because some people don't get that.
Okay, I have to clear that up. What it means is not that you sit and you wait on things to happen. That's not what it means. But basically, what I'm saying is that so it's just that you don't kind of put that pressure on yourself, but you still kind of keep moving. So I figure I try to mirror my personal life to nature. So, for example, nature never stops moving unless some outside force comes and hinders it, right? So for me, but nature is still patient. So, for example, it takes some trees to be 200 years to grow into adulthood, right? But they're still patiently growing. It takes them such a long time. They don't stop. They don't take a break. They just keep going. And I think that life is kind of like that. So you don't stop just because something might take 200 years. You just keep patiently working at it and you keep patiently growing, kind of like a tree. So that's my thing on that. Yeah. So you don't stop. That's how I feel.
I think that's awesome. And I think a lot of people who are living life and who are working in life on their business, on their craft, or whatever they are working on, we do have to explain that, because people, I know for me, I am not a gray area person when it comes to certain things. I'm either one way or the next. Like, I'm either going to be, I'm going to chill, or I'm going to be not. And I know that a lot of people are like that. So I just wanted you to clarify that, because it was a beautiful statement that you said. But I want people to really sink their teeth into it, because it's almost like giving ourselves grace, right? We have to give ourselves grace. We are not robotic. We just aren't. We are very much human. And when you start worrying and stressing and trying to get this done and that done and all this stuff, then that is an extra weight that you're putting on yourself. So I appreciate what you just said because I get it. That was something I had to tell myself, you know, because a lot of times when people are high achievers, there is no lessening. You know, there is no, we're going to get it done. That's just how it is. And so what you said is amazing because it might not be, what we're working on might not be what we need to work on. You know, like that might not be what our purpose is, and really understanding that here it is, here's this grace that we have for ourselves. This is what we're supposed to do right now in this life, and really understanding that, and the rest, if it doesn't happen, it's okay.
Right. But at the same time, you know, keep trying to make it happen now. Don't just get out of the game completely. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. There are no quitters. No quitters.
Right. Yeah, no, we can't quit. No. Definitely not. There's too much at stake.
Go ahead. You said there's too much at stake.
No, I was just saying that there's too much at stake, you know. Well, especially for me as a black man, so I think about, you know, the people that come before me. My father, my grandfather, my grandfather's father, and all the men before them. I think about some of the things that they had to endure in this country, and I just don't want any of that to be in vain. So that's something that I keep in the back of my head at all times, and that's how I keep moving as well.
I think that's awesome. I think that we do have to go back to look at the generations, and we do have to go back and look at what can we do to make the planet a better place. And so that is amazing that you're doing that, because we can't leave it like we found it.
Right, that's true. That's true.
What do you think is the reason, like if you could say one reason, I know there are many, if you could say one reason, the top reason that people should attend the festival?
Oh, wow, the top reason why. The top reason why people should attend the festival is because they might have an opportunity to learn something new. So that's the number one reason I think people should join the festival, because it's going to be a place where, you know, they might learn something that can help them along their journey. So they might speak to maybe a self-help author who's really good at their craft, or maybe they'll speak to a sci-fi author and they're interested in being a sci-fi author, and they make that connection and they start writing their book, or they meet, you know, I just feel like it's going to be a place where people will be able to build relationships and friendships. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Awesome. And how many, like, different speakers are there?
Right now we have over 25 speakers, and I actually to rent out. Yeah, I actually had to rent out another space. So these are speakers and workshop presenters combined. So I actually had to rent out another room in the facility so that we could cater to everyone. Because I really want to have a large pool of speakers so that people can have, you know, different kind of topics that they can go visit during the festival.
Awesome.
So we're going to have, so now we have, I'm sorry, am I talking too much?
No, go ahead. I want to know. That's what we want to know.
Yeah. So we have reserved the ballroom at Georgia State University. We have also reserved the auditorium, and then we've also reserved 2 other rooms in the Student Center East facilities, just so that we could cater to all of our speakers and presenters. So it's going to be it's going to be our first event, but it's going to be a dynamic and well-planned event. So people are going to be able to benefit greatly from attending, especially when it comes to, you know, listening to some great speakers like yourself.
Thank you. No one has any excuse not to be there. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. I am very excited about it. I think that is like dope that this is happening, and You're welcome. And really understanding that this is a lot of work goes into planning and implementing this amount of people at one space. That's it's no easy feat. So I think that, especially by somebody who is a man of color, this is amazing, I think. I want you to drop all the dates for the festival so that people can know, like, where they need to go, how much it is, all this stuff that you think is important. We need to talk about that right now because we are almost at the end of our conversation.
Okay. So the date of the festival is July 14th, 2018. It's on a Saturday, and it's at Georgia State University in the Student Center East. That's 55 Gilmer Street, Student Center East. And the time of the festival is from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we want as many people to come out as possible to come support the authors. Authors, if you want to join us and get on board, you can visit aaabookfest.com and see what we're going to be doing down at Georgia State this summer.
And that was aaabookfest.com, right?
Yes, aaabookfest.com.
All right, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here. And this is a question that I always ask every guest who comes to this platform. I say, Stevie, this is what we need you to tell all your guests. So if you were to tell all the guests, whatever it is, before we leave, whatever's on your heart, what would that be? What would you tell them?
I would say to be yourself and to not place so much weight on public opinion. So that's what I would say to the guests. Be yourself.
I love it.
Don't place too much weight on public opinion, yes.
And definitely be at the festival. What y'all doing? You need to be there. There's no excuse for you not being there. This is going to be the most amazing thing that we are doing this year, for real. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's an amazing thing to be able to connect, collaborate, and change with people who are doing amazing things. So definitely want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for just sharing your wisdom, sharing your insights, sharing your heart with us today. And again, tell us that website one more time.
aaabookfest.com.
All right. And I know you told us one reason. Tell us another reason why we should be there. Or why because I'm going to be there anyway. So why they should be there.
Another reason why they should be there, you can come meet your favorite authors. You can come listen to music. You can come grab something from the food trucks outside. You can see performances. You can listen to dynamic speakers. There's just way more than one reason why they should come. So it's kind of hard for me to just choose one.
I know. Especially when it's your baby.
What'd you say?
So, yes, I get it. But I like the one that you said, who's your favorite speaker? Hopefully y'all who are on the conversation with Stevie, y'all come meet me, right? Y'all, come meet your favorite author. I hope that I am one. And I know it's going to be so many phenomenal other people there. And I definitely want to just thank you for your time. Thank you for your talent. Thank you for just having your imagination transform into something that is now a creation. We appreciate that, and I look forward to being there July 14th, right? That's when we're going to be there.
Yes. And I want to thank you again for having me on the show. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, you're so welcome. You are so welcome.
Thank you.
And it's going to be dynamically phenomenal. And y'all, we'll see you in Atlanta. Again, this is Stevie Aisha Mills. It has been a pleasure to have this conversation today. You all have to go to the festival. We are going to aaabookfest.com. It's super simple for you to get there. And just go to that website, check it out. Definitely want to see you in the building. And when y'all see us, be like, hey, we heard you on the Conversation with Stevie. We need that. And so, guys, you know how I always say, if you ever need to find me, you just need to know how to spell my first name, Stevii. Again, Stevii. You can find me at Stevie.com, all over social media. And, of course, right here on the Conversation with Stevie. Make it a great day. Do not have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too have the power to do so. All righty. Bye. See you in Atlanta.